Hello and welcome back to Real Talk with C. I'm Sierra Bray, aka Sustainable Seagal, and thank you so much for tuning in to episode 3. So today I really wanted to talk about social media. Now, you see a lot of people on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter that are very, it almost seems as like they live like a perfect lifestyle. And you'll see some of the lifestyle pages or bloggers pages and they have, the perfect flat lays, the perfect photography, and they'll have the white balance and the flowers and, everything is laid out perfectly. People definitely look at photography as an art, and I totally agree with that. But there also comes a time on social media where, it's really great to be really truthful and be really raw about who you are and what you do and the things that, you're passionate about. And in my personal opinion, I think that there's a lot of pages on social media or a lot of people on social media that really take advantage of like this perfect lifestyle or this perfect life that they supposedly live on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. But the truth of the matter is, what are people really interested in? Are people really interested in seeing these perfect photos and, people shaping their bodies the perfect way so that they get the perfect angle with the perfect light? Or are people really interested in hearing about you and your story? And you have to remember that there's a beginning, a middle, and an end to every single story, and there's always good things and there's always bad things in pretty much every single story. There's a journey, there's challenges, there's things you overcome, and there's things that you face in pretty much every story that you have. So my question is, why are we so programmed to think that social media needs to be this perfect page or this perfect platform where we document perfect things about our life that may not be so perfect after all? Why aren't we telling more stories about, things that we're challenged with, things that we need help with, things that we're maybe going through or experiencing? You generally on Instagram will see lots of filters, lots of editing, lots of white balance, these perfect photos. And sure, some people are using their Instagram as an art, pretty much like an art gallery to showcase their work, and I have no problem with that. I'm definitely encouraging of you to post your art on Instagram or any social media platform for that matter. But why aren't more people sharing their full-length story? That's my question. You look at Instagram stories, people generally are taking, a selfie, which I'm definitely guilty of, or they'll take, photos that they've already edited or photos from their Instagram page rather than documenting what they're going through, documenting the journey from the photo that they took earlier that's on their page. Thinking about this a lot lately, and why aren't we more raw and truthful, and why do we feel like we need filters and all these different things? And do you think that it could be affecting our mental health? Well, I definitely think it could be affecting our mental health, because we look at photos and we feel like we need to achieve what we're looking at, or we need to be as perfect as that person, or we need to fit in, or we need to have flat lay photos of our clothes that we're bringing on vacation. We feel the need to be on that same level as everyone else, and everyone that's a blogger or an Instagram model or etc. But why aren't we more worried about what we want inside or what we like personally, rather than trying to compare ourselves? If someone were to meet you in person, they would see you without a filter. If someone were to meet you in person, they would hear the sound of your voice. If someone were to meet you in person, they would see the spinach in your teeth, or the pimple on your face, or the coffee stain on your shirt. They would see all of that. So why are we trying to hide that from social media when in person those things could potentially happen anyway? And why are we so scared to share our stories that may have failures or may have negativity when we would probably share those stories in person? When we would gab with our friends, a group of friends, about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Why are we so scared to do that over social media, yet we're not scared to do it in person in front of other people? Or maybe we are. Maybe we are. And maybe that's why we don't share on social media, because we're still not comfortable doing it in person. Just a thought I've been thinking of, and I don't know. For me personally, I think it's definitely a challenge to come outside of your comfort zone and be more raw and be more truthful and not use filters and admit that you were wrong, or talk about your failures, or talk about things that you need help with. But the process of going through that step outside of your comfort zone, or popping the comfort zone bubble, is actually pretty incredible. And I've learned a lot about myself, and I've learned a lot about the people around me. And I've actually found that more people have been more supportive and more conversational and more engaging with me when I've started to slowly come out of my comfort zone. So I want to know what you think about this. I want to know if you think that social media is a platform or a tool that we can go on and be perfect, and it's okay for us to put filters over photos and pretend that we live this double life, or not necessarily pretend to live a double life, but make everything seem like it's butterflies and rainbows. And I want to know if you feel like this could be affecting your mental health. I want to know if you're working on trying to come out of your comfort zone, or are you trying to step back from social media? Let me know what your thoughts are, and make sure to comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Sustainable Sea Gal, and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for some more real talk, raw, truthful, honest, all of the above, unfiltered sometimes, but I admit to filtering things. And I think filters are okay as long as you know that it is a filter and you are just doing it for fun, not necessarily because you love yourself less, if that makes sense. So again, let me know what you think about this. I really want to get the conversation going around this topic, so comment below and make sure to subscribe to Real Talk with C.